So how do you think that the inheritance, that is the hereditary characters, are being transferred from the parents to their offsprings? So let us try to understand the mechanism of the inheritance. Genes, you know, that are responsible for the characters of which are to be inherited. And these genes, they are always found in terms of pairs. In an individual organism, at least one pair of gene is found to be present, which represent each of the given character. The parental gene, that is the DNA, transmit the characters which are to be inherited through the process of reproduction, obviously in the new generation offsprings. That means the parental genes, they are responsible for biological characteristics only. Remember, as far as the human beings are concerned, we do not consider that the intelligence is always inherited from the parents to their offsprings. But in other animals, that could be possible, not in the case of human beings, but then also the physical and the physiological characteristics. The parental genes, that is the DNA, transmit the characteristics which are to be inherited through the process of reproduction, and that will be transmitted, that will be inherited obviously into their offsprings. Now these offsprings will have the physical and the physiological characteristics of their parent they will obtain it from their parent sides. So both the parents, they produce gene for each of the character, obviously in terms of pairs. But both the parents will transfer only one gene from the pair through their gamete into the next generation. Remember, if they transfer both the gene of the given pair, then the newly formed cell, that the zygote, will have double the amount of the cells, double the amounts of the gene as compared to their parents. So that is not possible. So obviously, because of this particular reason, only one of the gene out of the given pair, only one of the gene will be transmitted to the next generation. A male and a female gamete. Gamete, you know that it is the reproductive cell that contains one gene of such kind, of each of the characteristics. And these two genes combine together to form a particular given pair of the gene in the offspring. So over here, one of the gene will be from the male side, the other gene will be from the female side. During sexual reproduction, what happens? The male gamete and the female gamete fuse, you know that, during the process of fertilization. And due to that, a new cell, that is what we call it as a zygote, is being formed. And this zygote contains a pair of the gene of each of the character. Remember, this pair of the gene will be obtained from its parent side. One from the male side, another will be obviously from the female side. The inheritance of the characters from the male is obviously transmitted into the offsprings through the sperm of the father, that is the reproductive cell of the male. Whereas the characters of the female, that is the female parent, say mother side, that will be transferred into the offspring through the ovum of the mother, that is the reproductive cell of the mother. Now, the genes in the offsprings are always in pair. Both the genes may be similar, that is, either both of them are dominant, or else both of them are recessive, or maybe dissimilar. That means one of them is dominant, another is recessive. But if they are dissimilar, then the new offspring is going to have the characteristics of the dominant gene. That means whatever is the dominant character of the dominant gene, that character would be found in the offspring. So, inheritance of the characters of the parents from the parent generation occurs through the gene, through the process of reproduction, and obviously in subsequent generation of the offspring.